The Creative Sound BlasterX H7 Tournament Edition is a full-sized over-ear gaming headset that's designed for PC, console and mobile. Now this Tournament Edition sports a gunmetal industrial look with a brushed metal plate and headband and Sound Blaster's signature red accents to complement the finish. In that respect, there's also a red LED on either side for the BlasterX logo that will light up when connecting digitally, and it can be set to pulsate to your audio levels also. Now the headset overall doesn't look too nerdy, and to be honest I'd be happy wearing them whilst on the move, which will definitely happen in a couple of weeks when I travel to I-62. Now in the box you receive the headset, of which its cable from the left ear cup breaks out into a control box. This box has volume control, microphone mute and pause play for both mobile and Windows applications such as Spotify, and there's also a detachable microphone, a USB cable and a shorter 3.5mm cable for use in analog mode. It would have been nice in that respect to completely remove the cable for storage or replace it with one that doesn't have a control box, but I suppose being able to change the volume independent to that of Windows can be incredibly useful for streaming, especially because it's 0 to 100 in range, as is the ability to mute the microphone on the fly. Now with the control box in mind, the H7 and its 50mm full spectrum drivers feature a dual sound signature that's dependent on the cable used to connect. It features an impedance of 32 ohms, so driving them would be no problem no matter the source. Its USB cable and built-in high-definition DAC provide access to the Sound BlasterX acoustic engine software and offer additional customization for both the headphone sound signature and microphone. This is what you'd use if you frequent events to ensure that you retain identical sound both at home and away. In the software you'll be able to tweak things like surround sound, the crystallizer, which is designed to restore portions of audio lost during compression, or in other words make everything sound more lively, and a feature I'm very fond of, bass and EQ. There's also a few additional options such as Smart Volume and Dialogue Plus, but both of which I'm not too interested in myself. You can also add various effects to your microphone, like Munchkin, Orc, or even turn yourself into a Marine, or alternatively just keep it neutral, which is what I do. Now the microphone in that respect is surprisingly capable for a gaming headset, and this is a voice sample of me using it through USB. It's both loud and clear enough for Discord, Skype and in-game voice, even streaming to a large extent as there's no overdone noise suppression, capturing my vocals without popping, but there is some emphasis on the S's, so I definitely recommend picking up a third-party phone windshield if you're looking to do that. But for somebody starting out, before investing in something like a solid dynamic or condenser microphone like the Rode NT USB, it's certainly a plausible option, and alternatively, given the flat sides of the headset, you could attach a mod mic as well if you already own that product. It's 3.5mm full pole cable, which unfortunately doesn't come with a splitter for those that need it, will otherwise replicate the original sound signature, and this is what I'd personally use given I already own the internal ZXR sound card. The only downside here is that it is a little short, as it's primarily designed for the console controller or mobile, but you could replace it with a third-party cable for almost no cost, and most of you probably have a cable lying around at home, as you could also do with the longer USB cable if needed. Now in reference to that original sound signature, the optional but innovative X Plus software will allow you to tweak the drivers at a firmware level, which also means for those that don't use out-of-the-box audio, the worry of installing software at events is now a non-issue for audio when replicating it from setup to setup, something that is definitely very much appreciated to me as a competitive player. This functionality also carries over to other platforms such as PlayStation 4 and mobile, and in this case you'll want to take advantage of the USB cable as to avoid any interference from unpredictable onboard devices. Now I don't know of any other headsets that offer this functionality as of yet, and there is still room for improvement in creating your own profiles and uploading them, but I'm certainly a fan even if I would prefer to run it out of the box under the generic preset. Now moving into daily use, at roughly 275 grams, the headset itself is rather lightweight compared to its competitors, and build quality looks to be extremely durable. You can pull, twist and turn the headset without worry, although do bear in mind that I've only been using the headset myself for a week. The headset is of a closed back design, and so naturally the soundstage is smaller to those which are open, like my Sennheiser HD700s, but in combination with the removable leatherette ear cups, they do a great job of what it's designed to do, which is to isolate you from external noise and prevent additional sound leakage. This makes them not only brilliant for event use, and arguably the best headset I've used before active noise cancellation in all honesty, but also for recording when you don't want the condenser microphone to pick up any desktop audio playing back into your ears. In reference to extended use, the clamping force is certainly minimal, and you should have no issue with earache over time as there is enough space and depth inside the ear cup to prevent resting. In all, the Tournament Edition is very close to the best gaming headset I've used. I don't particularly have anything negative to say about it. It was great for gaming, music and movies, and it definitely didn't leave me wanting more from its baseline offering, and that's of course without tweaking. Its flat sound signature meant that rockets and explosions did not overpower the higher end footsteps, and the high end was not fatiguing or painful over time. And in terms of positional audio, I had no issues in games like Quake, Battlegrounds and Battlefield, but again do bear in mind that this will heavily depend on the sound engine of the game you're playing. Some games just handle sound outright poorly, and as such no headset will save you from that. If I was going to stretch, perhaps the ability to remove the cable for those that don't want the control box, and perhaps offer velour pads for use at home. If you're in the market for a headset, I'd certainly add these to the list to consider, particularly if you're looking for a closed headset for use alongside your condenser microphone, or for LAN parties when you want to close off everybody else. Obviously I'm privy to my high-end Sennheisers for use at home, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate a good dedicated headset for the times that I need it, be that events or otherwise. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I do stream every day on Twitch from 6 PM, so make sure to stop by and get involved in the live discussion. But for now, take care, keep gaming, check it out at creative.com, and I'll catch you next time.
Netmaster, first place.